right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and of course, thanks for subscribing. We're back at it immediately after our first initial drive with the continuation of that drive, just in a different video. A couple of things to note I didn't mention in the first video. One, I realized I had a misconfiguration with the camera, so I apologize for the quality. Hopefully that's resolved now. In a few minutes, I found out what it was. But also, shout out to all the people who used our referral code. We did have the raffle. I will post it as a short on YouTube so you can see who won that. They already got their gift, so it's no surprise but for them. But I definitely didn't get a chance to post that until we were waiting for version 14. We didn't get a chance to post that, so we're going to do it now. All right, so now continuing from that drive, lots of great things, lots of nice initial first impressions for full self-driving version 14. Now I just moved to a parking garage, which is where I initially wanted to go in the first place, to see if it can actually get out of this parking garage. We're at the upper level of the garage. We'll see if it can get down to the lower level and then off to our destination. I've changed it to MadMax as the profile, autopilot, MadMax, and I'm going to actually turn on Plaid for the speed. So we can do Plaid, MadMax, and then now test out the highway of that. All right, so we're going to get ready to start right now. All right, it's got to make its way out. There's signs for the exit. One says left, the other says right. It's kind of cutting across the lane, going pretty fast and close to these pillars, which I don't like. Cut across that pillar, kind of close for my taste. Kind of all over the place. That was the exit to the left. It missed it. See if it knows how to get out of here. Oh, there's another exit that I can go down. Slow down. Speed bump. Nice. Signs for the exit are coming up here. Don't turn right here. Turn right where that car came from. Okay. Turn right here anyway. Going in the loop. Whoa. Going in a loop. If it goes straight, car, if you can, okay, it doesn't want to listen to me. Go straight and make the right. We can get out of here. It's going left. See the sign that says exit? Turn right now. Right. Turn right. Go right. Go. No. Doesn't know what to do. All right, it's thinking. Backing up. Maybe it saw something. Good job. Now turn left here. Follow that exit sign. Turn left. Yes. It's thinking. Sentience. It's here. There we go. Let's get, oh. We can go this way. Is this the right way though? I'm gonna be super nervous. It's going kind of fast down this ramp here. Come on, slow down. Slow down a little bit. Watch the curb. Watch the curb. Good job. Keep going left. Follow it out. Look at this. This is real AI here. Just trying to figure it out. It gets tighter here, so please be careful. Please be careful. Look at this. Artificial intelligence figuring its way out of this parking garage. Awesome. Come on, can we do it? Keep going. Keep following the signs. Okay. Oh, it's additional parking. Look at the fork. It has to go the right way, and this is the right way. Good job. Winding down, watching that curb, keeping a good distance with the big body Model S Plaid here. Oh, keep going. Okay, should have went left, went right. That's okay. People make that same mistake too. We can still get out of here. It's much easier to do it now. But that was pretty impressive. Great job, Tesla. Now let's see if we can get out of here fully. Ooh, close to that curb. Speed bump. Look at that. I couldn't even tell that was a speed bump if you just look at it visually. I feel the sentience. We have the right of way because that person has to stop. Don't do it, Model Y. Here we go. Pedestrians crossing. Now this is not the right way to go. If it can go straight, if you go straight, car, that's where we need to go. This is just another parking lot. So we're just gonna basically go nowhere here. The map is pretty much, navigation directions are pretty much useless right now because it's trying to tell it to go away that it's not very realistic. Should have just stayed on that road and took it out. But I like that it's trying. I like that it's doing things that it think will yield the right result and the right outcome. And it's okay to be wrong as long as it's not at the detriment of the car, the curb, a person, etc. Okay, so I went a roundabout way, waiting for the pedestrians nicely here. But also MadMax mode is like, I'm kind of in a hurry. Can you people move so I can get out of here? And here's where it needs to turn. Truck coming. Another car coming. Okay, now we can go. Watch that curve. Good job. All right, slowly but surely, we're getting out of here. Full stop and resume. Resume. Don't wait for them. They got the stop sign. Come on. There we go. It's not really for you, but you could take it if you'd like to be precautious. I'm okay with that. Here we go. 2 cars coming from the right. Then we should be all good to go. And it goes. All right. Great work. Golf clap. Great work, Tesla. Got out of the mall. Got out of the parking garage using AI and sentience. It felt like someone was driving me, not something, if that makes sense. Uh-oh, it's going the wrong way. Good job avoiding the pothole, but not that one. Oh, and the debris. It's not really taking the highway this way. Let me see if I can go another way. Is there another way I can go? It's not going to let me go another way. Let me end the trip. Navigate back there. See if I can go an alternate route. Do I have any avoidance? No avoidance here. It's not going to take me the highway this way. Well, I guess it'll get on the highway at one point. Let's just see. We'll just rock it with this one. MadMax mode. It's not the highway I wanted, but it's still a highway-like place. High-speed road, divided highway. I don't know if that's my car or the other person's car, but it sounds weird. I want to say it's my car because I did say that it sounded like I could hear the motors more. And I don't know what I'm hearing right now. But definitely sounds weird. So MadMax has us 65 and a 50. Not great. If I spot something, I will drop down. Yeah, this is weird. It's a very loud noise. It didn't happen until I updated to 14. I literally drove the car on 13 all day. No noises like that. As soon as it updated to 14, I immediately heard the motors sounding a little louder. I'm not sure what's happening. If anybody knows what this is in the comments, let me know. Otherwise, Tesla service, you will see my wonderful face quite soon. One of the things I noted is that the I guess the destination option is not persistent here. It only comes up when you get close to your destination, which doesn't really give you a lot of time to change. But love for it to just persist there. This person hanging over the line does a good job getting around them. Tension monitoring has been pretty good and also responsive. I'll try to demonstrate on this drive here just to show you guys what it looks like. Obviously, the same behavior persists from version 13, whereby if you come to a full stop, then you have free reign to play around and, you know, use the screen, use your phone, do whatever. Let me take this chance to get a little shot of this. But yeah, it's been pretty good. Okay, drop this down. Sorry if I'm blocking. Okay. But it's been really responsive in terms of when I put my, when I look away from the screen and it warns me, and I look right back immediately, it goes away. Versus what happened before, whereby I look away, it puts the warning signal up, and I have to stare at the road for a few seconds for it to go away. So I'll do it now. I'll stare at the screen right now. Or more importantly, I'll stare at my phone. That's the surefire way to get in trouble. Eyes on phone, eyes on phone, eyes on phone. There it is. I look up, it goes away. Eyes on phone, eyes on phone, eyes on phone, eyes on phone. Eyes on phone. There it is. I look up, it goes away. So super responsive and quick, but lots of leniency. On the flip side, if I touch the screen and I'm manipulating the screen, doing this, pressing buttons, using navigation, changing my settings, all that, I'm not getting that problem. All right, so that's pretty cool. So much more comfortable than version 13 in terms of attention monitoring. Again, phones are still a no-no, so they'll still be very strict on that. But otherwise, it's pretty comfortable. It makes the ride more enjoyable, especially when you can manipulate the screen, change your destination, look for a different place to eat or go or whatever. Much better. Let me just check my route here. I am going to go this route. That way we get more highway. So I'll cancel this manually. It's not an intervention. It's just me canceling the turn signal. It would have canceled it when it got closer anyway. I just don't want to hear that clicking on the video over and over again. And this is where we fast forward anyway. And we're back. So amazing stuff right out the gate with the parking garage. This lane is going to merge, so we got to do something here quick. We got to go fast or slow down. It chose to slow down. That's the safer maneuver. That's okay. That's the safer maneuver. I could have just went straight ahead and got in ahead of that person. But if that person also had the same intention, we could have had a problem. So all good. Hard braking. Just anticipating what the person was going to do. Nothing wrong. I'm not hurt. I'm not disturbed. But again, Uber Black versus car service. Car service would never be in that situation. Uber Black definitely could be in those types of situations. Slam on the brakes a little bit in certain scenarios, make the ride a little bit uncomfortable. Good job getting around here, signaling to get back. I'm noticing a lot of signaling. Let's see if it persists. I want to test some of the roads where it would typically just turn. If the bend is pretty steep, if it actually uses turn signals. We'll test that out in another video. It's a little unsettling. I imagine this is what my passengers feel like when I drive around in Plaid mode. It's a little unsettling just because you can feel the power when it accelerates. So under normal acceleration, if you have any other Tesla, maybe save the Performance Model 3 and obviously the Plaid Model X, you feel the acceleration normally and it feels fine. Sport acceleration, standard acceleration, whatever. But when you get to Plaid, the power that it's able to deliver when you get on the pedal just a little bit is noticeable. I would much prefer standard or sport acceleration. I wish you could set a preference to have a specific acceleration for FSD. So that's two things on my wish list: specific acceleration for FSD and a driving profile or a supervising profile for FSD, where maybe my seat goes back a little bit. I can still take over and catch it, but I'm not as up on the steering wheel as I would typically be if I was actually driving. So I go FSD, it turns on, my seat kind of moves back a little bit or moves to whatever position is more comfortable for me to supervise. And then when it goes off FSD, it resumes back. Maybe that's too many corrections or adjustments to the chair, but I think that makes it a little bit more comfortable. The little glow under the car is pretty interesting. It makes it look like a tuner car, like a Fast and Furious tuner car. But definitely not want that in real life, but it's interesting nonetheless. And it only appears when the car is at a stop. It doesn't do that when the car is on the move. A little bit of an unnecessary lane change here, getting into the lane that is going to merge without enough room to pass this car. It's probably unnecessary. Water's moving, hard braking, going downhill, necessary. So right now, like to feel that power going up to whatever speed we were to the speed we're going now, that's what I'm talking about. That Plaid acceleration. right, so here we go. Highway MadMax Model S Plaid. Let's see what it does. Pothole. Didn't avoid that one, sadly. And we're off. Yeah, there it is. I can feel it. It's not full on plaid, but it's noticeable plaid. It is gone. This road pretty much stays 65, then it turns to a 55. We're not going to get to the point where it turns 55. But this thing looks like it's looking to dip and move quite frequently. Situation over here. Now, okay, maybe it is overreacting. So a little bit of overreaction to the emergency vehicles over there on the other side of the road. There's no cars behind us. This car already passed us, so it wasn't that. I think it was looking at those emergency lights and trying to react. So just flag that one real quick. It has to understand where the emergency vehicles are relevant and where they are not, and react accordingly. Same thing we did with the last drive where it thought to pull over for that fire truck that was parked. The lights were on, thought to pull over and then kind of dip back out. Nice wrap for that Model Y. So far, I'm feeling like the speed profiles have been remapped. Taking it in from the last drive, hurry feels a little faster. This feels even more assertive in terms of lane changes and speed. And it feels like the standard profile is what hurry used to be. But this is really, really assertive. High speeds, now it's down, we did get to the 55 mile an hour zone. So we're 55 doing 72, getting ready to exit and making a lot of lane changes to get there. So it's true to its name, goes faster, higher speed profile, more frequent lane changes, shorter follow distance. I wish it would have went the other way so I could show you guys more expansive, but we'll do another drive, no worries. I just want to see it go from parking lot, that was great, to parking spot. And let me make sure I got my destination option here, parking lot, great. It does it automatically, which is cool. It knows that I'm going to a parking lot versus where I was a parking garage. I wonder, we'll do that on the next trip. We'll go to a parking garage, or maybe to that same parking garage and see if we can get it to go in and recognize that it's a parking garage versus a lot. Be curious to know how it delineates the floors or the levels. Super smooth. It's fast and assertive, and that's could be the unsettling part for most. But I would not advise doing this, for passengers. If you have passengers in the car, don't go MadMax Plaid mode. That's not going to win them over. I do hurry or standard in sport mode. That's the sweet spot. This is like almost New York Taxi levels of assertiveness, not aggression. They're aggressive. They do things with no regard for the actual cab or your car. They may sideswipe you. This is assertiveness, meaning controlled, non-negative movements that will get you to your destination faster, not just cutting people off and doing silly things. It's more about being careful and cautious, but also just staying on top of it, staying on top of the power, staying on top of the lane changes. And getting up to speed. And there we go. Lane change. Cars are in a hurry. This person is not. That's okay. It's trying to get around them now, but we have a short deadline, so we got to get back. We got to get back over here because we're getting ready to turn. So see that? Just trying to get around these cars because they're moving pretty slow, and decides to get back. That's the level of assertiveness I'm talking about. Not reckless, not dangerous, but just more assertive. Not aggressive either. It's just assertive. Trying to get to its destination as quickly as possible. I knew the Mustang was coming up here. All right, so I put a pin in a very specific place. Let's see if it actually gets to that spot, and let's see how it actually parks. I don't know what this person is doing. They're just going. There's no yield there. There's a yield for you, but you decided to go. There we go. Nice views of New York City. Turn signal is not needed, but it doesn't hurt to show the intention, especially because that car was there. All right, coming up on our pin, let's see what it decides to do in terms of parking. There is someone behind us. They are probably going to be here. Let's see where we can park. Cones are blocking off certain sections. I don't think it's going to acknowledge the cones. Maybe find a space in between the cones. Person is not paying attention behind us, trying to go around us, even though our turn signal is on. And it parks. Look at that. Maybe have the wheel straighten out. But yeah, look at that. Great job. Great job, Tesla. This was great. I've been looking forward to trying to test this out. MadMax modes, the higher speed profile, higher level of assertiveness, as well as highway. We got a little bit of highway. I want to do more. I'll do one right after this video. I'll do another drive. I'll drive to that same garage from the highway, using the highways, and see how it does, just to get the full experience. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you thought about this drive. I thought this was a phenomenal drive. Still solidly uber black, for my opinion. Decision making was good. Mostly some of the decisions, again, trying to get around cars that it couldn't get around before the short deadline turn, things like that, threw me a little bit off. But mostly this was about the experience of having MadMax and the Plaid profile. I'm going to change this back because that was very odd for me, just being a passenger, and I'm sure that's what passengers feel like when I drive, or even worse so, because I drive a little faster than that. But this was great. Confidence was there, comfort was there, mostly. Again, just the difference in understanding the speed profiles. I don't think a car would drive this fast unless you said, hey, we got to get to the airport, step on it, and that's where I feel like MadMax Plaid would come into play, and that would mimic, again, like a taxi driver trying to get you somewhere really quick. New York City taxi driver, or urban city taxi driver trying to get you someone really quick, like you see in the movies. Otherwise, great. Solid uber black. Not necessarily a high uber black. Like I said, I'm going to change the scale and focus specifically on uber black to car service and what it takes to get us there, because it's been really consistent as of late with these first two or three drives we've done. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, enjoy your day. Enjoy your Tesla.